It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And
welcome. You gotta watch that speaker. You may want to turn it off because it is loud and I hear it ready to pop. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. This is the Brooklyn Cafe After Dark, baby, because you're going to be hearing this on our radio stations tomorrow from 8 to 10. This is going to be on the air.
Brooklyn Cafe After Dark, our after hours. This is perfect for DJ Ortiz as well. This is his after hours debut on our set. I'm really, really excited.
It's funny. I gotta love this guy.
Why?
This guy, he's a jack of all trades. He goes, he puts curtains up, and then he spins some records. And I was not clear and told him to put on a song that I want. And the next thing, Tupac was on the air.
You're not clear. What a surprise. Have you ever seen a Puerto Rican tell
A Puerto Rican?
Tell a Colombian in English.
Get a mic.
How to spell something.
Get a mic. I want you to talk.
Yeah, not so good. Because his English is not so very, very sexy. So I'm watching Freddie try to teach Fernando how to spell Mary J. Blige.
Yes.
And that in itself, then he played Tupac. So there you have it. It didn't work very well.
But I'm going to tell you, we finally got it done. It came out well, and everything was good to go.
Welcome
And
to
almost
Brooklyn Cafe.
almost done too.
Almost done.
Not complete. And remember, it's Friday, so that's why I put
Bien
the
social.
rhythm. So get everybody going on the table and
That's
stuff.
right.
So.
I kind of like
And
it.
now,
And now.
I can't believe what you guys
you
did
can't
to me.
believe- What'd I do?
We got voyeurism on the other side of our studio.
No, we're not voyeurism. We hooked up
I
a
forgot it was
television
on.
set
I know.
in the studio, and you happened to be on listening and grooving and making the moves, and we were taking pictures of it because it was the funniest thing we've ever seen,
In silence. It's like watching our show in silence.
and it would be shown all over the internet.
Can't wait.
Of you with your fingers. What was that robot movie one morning?
That one, I don't know. We were listening to Madonna earlier this morning. We've been very, very busy here. Very busy
What
week.
else is new?
Very, very busy.
It's been a very, very busy week, but we are now live at our AMP2 TV studios in Boca Raton. Check out the post. That is now our official name of our new studios.
What is it?
AMP2 TV studios.
Is it? Is it official?
It's officially in my mind. Yes,
I
it's
know-
official.
Well, we went to the building inspectors and all that. We sort of filled half the paperwork out.
Yep. So I'm really excited. So welcome to our AMP2 TV studios, the home of the Brooklyn Cafe TV. We're located at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, suite number 13. So coming out next week, save the date, next Friday. If you are in town, you are welcome to join us. It's going to be our Holiday Happenings headshots with Danielle Boujon Photography.
Holiday happening headshots.
This show brought to you
Oh, I saw the
by
thing
the
that
letter
Hector
H.
did, right?
Yes.
That was beautiful. Hector, you fast, man. You did a nice job.
He did a great job. So it's our Holiday Happening headshots, and I think in lieu of food, I've always wanted to do a party with just alcohol and chocolate. So I think that's going to be Friday's special.
Okay, but the Friday deal, people are asking me, are they bringing a table for their goods? Are they going to be networking? What's the deal? 'Cause
We're
I'm-
networking, and those clients and sponsors of ours that have merch to sell, just bring your own table, set it up as you want, and
So you're not any
make a
just
vendor.
not any merch.
Well, I think our vendors, Moby Pop's going to be joining us. I'm hoping Tracy from Healing Moments. Jordana's going to come with her Arbonne. Hempoka's welcome to do the same thing. So those people, we don't have merch. We are merch. We're like walking merch.
So if you have merch, are you allowed to come with a table? Is what they're asking.
Just let us know. Just RSVP, and we'll figure out where we're going to put it. Yes.
Yes, because we have enough room to fit you. So just give us a holler. Let us know you're coming so we can figure out where we're going to put you with the chocolate and the drinks. Okay.
Give us a call, 888-994-4995. We got the boys on the board. It's Latino Friday,
You're
it
gonna
looks
do
like
that
to me.
You're gonna do that to poor
Look at this. It's the lineup of the Latino men on Friday. I'm liking it.
Ortiz, you know how to answer the phone if it rings? Do you know how to answer that phone if it rings? Do you know how to work the mic if it's
He doesn't
on?
know how to turn the mic on, but he knows how to answer the phone.
You
So
just
we're
leave
off
it-
to a
just leave
rocket
it on.
start.
Yeah, it's on. It's
You know
on.
how to answer the phone if it rings?
As you say, jack of all trades.
He's
They used to
got
call
it.
me MacGyver. Last week you were talking about MacGyver. Told to me, MacGyver is in town. We are here.
They told me they used to call you Holy Mackerel.
Holy mackerel, right? That's correct.
But I'm excited. Yesterday we were at a South Florida Business Expo down at the BB&T Center.
Yes.
Amazing vendors, and we're going to bring a lot of them forward and introduce some new wares, which is great. And
Some new underwear.
wares.
Or wears.
Wares. You
Did she say underwear?
You can bring underwear too. That gets back to the show we talked about after hours the other day.
I have a new thing coming out. Underwear with pockets.
We're going to move Aja over here next to Santos, actually, better for the camera angle.
Oh, okay. Why don't you move over here for the camera?
We talked about Tom Jones. You're talking after hours?
Yeah.
And the underwear that. So no, we're
What's
not
wrong with
talking
that?
underwear after
I
hours.
remember that flavor.
We're not talking underwear after hours.
Now, I also want you guys to know that starting next week, we're going to be bringing different pieces to the set, different ideas. Some of this stuff, we came up with the Cafe Awards. We are going to have the Cafe Awards where a business or a person or something is going to get an award once a month.
Well, that's called. Well, the commercials are called what? The ESPYs. So we need to come up with something for ours.
Aspirins.
The Aspirin Award.
The Cafe Aspirin Award. For your real pain in the...
That'd be fun. How do you do
I
that?
don't know. My son's in the house. When he's in the house, things like that happen.
Your brain is kind of upside down.
Is it? It's Friday. I love to end the week on a high note.
It's been an
right.
interesting week, but it's come to a really, really good conclusion.
Now, the other thing I wanted to do, Mr. Ortiz, is I wanted to throw a wire from the sound system into here so that you can control the volume, and we can do we're going to play, can you name that tune?
Excellent. And I already have the cable, the wire. We just need to open a hole through the wall, and we are ready to go.
guy's unbelievable.
So next week, we're
Can
going
you
to do that.
name that tune? You ever play Name That Tune? Can you name that tune? They go, what was that?
I think it's
Excellent
going to be a
idea.
lot of fun. So next
can do it.
Friday we're doing an event, and we're going to put the music in the board, and we've got a new backdrop that I want to shoot into camera 3. I don't know if it's on yet, but
Which backdrop? Oh, the one that's out there? No,
DJ's
camera 3
backdrop.
is still not functioning. We're working on it. We're getting
Okay.
the
we're getting
TVs
it
and everything
little
else.
by little. But I'm excited for today's show because a lot of what we talk about in resetting up our studio has been on feng shui. Now, we've got Aja, and I'm going to let you pronounce your last name.
Subject.
Subject.
Now,
You might have
actually,
to move the mic closer to
if you're
you.
gonna move that mic all the way over there, you're gonna have to turn to look at it.
Okay.
We've got Aja Sobchak with us, and I call her the master of everything because she does a little bit of everything. So she's here helping us do some feng shui and dividers and energy movement in the whole studio.
I had to move the painting out of here to over there to get it feng shui-ness.
Yes.
That is a very, very old art into the placement. And get to this extent, then when you're gonna make a very small adjustments, even in the colors or subject of art, or anything by, crystallize the energy in the space. I don't know if you see this very well-known Japanese girl. When she comes to organize people's houses, she does the meditation. She get in sync with the energy of the house. She kind of understand what is happening. So it's just like your organism, your nest. You go there to recuperate. You need to be relaxed. You need to sleep in peace. And this is the main thing, to create the energy in your space so you can feel healing at night when you're sleeping instead being agitated.
You need to be in peace, right? And there's different ways to do it with mirrors and paint and art, crystals.
So it's not the discipline. It's not it's same with yoga. It's not a discipline, it's not an exercise. It's a way of living. So you completely change, quantum flip, and you going and you start seeing elements in your life and you transform them. The energy you cannot dissolve, you only can transform, and you create this beautiful space in your life. So they can go on the different aspects. It can go with your personal health and your body. It can go with your house. It can go with your relationship and the love aspect. So you basically visiting all chakras.
And do you help do colors as well? Because I kind of want to paint that side of the studio.
Okay.
What
So-
are you talking about?
You see, first we have to deal with this. Okay, and this is very profound because, like people when they live alone, it's a very simple gift.
See, I can't
because
deal with
you
one
don't-
thing at a time, though. Hence the Queen of Wands. I need to deal with multiple layers at a time. You're laughing, am I right? I can't deal with one thing at one time. It's a few things at a time, just so I can get so stressed out.
Okay. And
No,
you
I'm kidding, I
tap
don't want
into
it.
your best potential.
And I tap into my best potential, and then when it all comes down, I'm like, all right, now I can breathe again. And then right this morning, we walked in, and I said, all right, I want to move this cabinet and build that closet and paint this, and you walked in the door. So a lot of things to do with feng shui. We can hang a crystal over there as well, right, to move the energy?
Yes. There is a lot of
So look at
things
his
we
face.
can play with.
Look at him.
And it doesn't have to be expensive. This is the whole scared of the interior designers, and welcome to Boca Raton.
So what is it, more of the
Because that's a
intent that
very
goes with it?
expensive business. The bottom line is it can be more as an educational / transformational, more application for your space. That's what I'm talking about. So it's very important to know two people because you guys are partners. It doesn't matter if you're married or you co-workers, you sharing a lot of energies and space. So we have to combine that. With the astrotheology, it's also a great tool because you kind of understand, archetypes and all these things where you can play with.
Let's talk about that, astrotheology.
Here's we having an expert.
So we've got
in the
Santos
studio.
Bonacci with us, thanks to Tiffany and Aja. I don't even know who knows Santos, but I'm glad you're all here.
Both.
Thank you.
We both met. Basically, he was a teacher, and he came to our time when we needed, and give us a little direction.
So you met him Saturday in Miami, and the funniest thing is, and then we're going to talk to Santos, is I was reading one of his posts very quickly this morning, and I think you have the book,
The book is by a different author.
but the picture. There was a
Yes.
picture, and it talked about finding your birth date and
Oh,
kind of like a name. So go through my birth date, and it says Master of Wands, and I'm like, yes, I'm sorry, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, right? So I'm the Queen of Wands. So I tell Santos I'm the Queen of Wands. He says, Aries, me too. March 24th, I went, me too. So we have the same birthday,
oh my goodness, yes.
right? Are you here?
I'm listening.
Great.
Do you intend to speak
I'm
today?
going to tell you, no, I'm not. I am so floored
Wait,
by all
you
of
are
this.
King of Cups.
I'm a king
here's
of a
what I
cup,
know.
all right.
I'm a king of
I'm
cups.
going to go.
If you're the King of Cups, the King serves the Queen. I just want you to know that is what I
course you
read,
do.
and that's as far as I got on the
Rhonda,
post.
when
The
is
King
your
serves
birthday?
the Queen, and we go.
October 27th.
We have to find out what you're the queen of.
Well, so let's talk.
Where'd you go to find that?
Let's talk to Santos a little bit about astrotheology and what all this even means. So welcome to our set.
Thank you
You're
very
not,
much.
You're not
Thank
from
you.
Florida. You're here visiting.
Yeah, just visiting. I'm from Australia, born in Australia, from both Calabrian parents, not Colombian, Calabrian.
I was going to ask you, is that the same
Calabrese.
thing?
Huh?
I was going to
Calabrese?
ask, is the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit different. It's very southern tip of Italy, near Sicily. Andrangheta, which is the mafia.
So you're
there.
Italian? Yeah, I know where
Well,
the mafia.
I'm
Mafia hang out all over Sicily.
What I am is, I don't know, cosmopolitan, I guess. I relate very much to
You
the
speak
Italian.
languages?
Yeah, lots of language. I love languages. Love languages. I'm very greedy with languages. I try to, like you, put a lot of things in.
Must be the birthday thing. We
I think
layer,
so.
layer.
Well, he
Yeah.
has the same book of pages going on that you do. So explain to me a little bit about this King, Queen of Wands thing. What is that? What is the significance of being the Queen of Wands? What does that mean?
Wands is fire. It's mystical. MYST. So we make exceptional mystics. MIST is water. So in scripture you have the water baptism, you have the fire baptism. The fire one is the hard one, yeah? Always been baptized with fire. So that makes mystics because it's the highest frequency of the four elements: plasma, gas, liquid and solid. Fire, air, water and earth.
And
Same thing.
that birth date represents that particular.
Well, because we are
frequency?
on the ecliptic, the ones who hug the tropical points, the equinoxes and the solstices, they are queens. And then the ones who are toward the fixed signs, They are the kings. The ones that are toward the mutable signs are the knights. So the kings serve the queens. The knights
Serve the kings.
the kings. So as in the chessboard, the queen has the last.
That's what the game of chess was created, from what I understand.
It is, yeah, 64 squares, cubes, which is the 64 codons of your DNA, the 64 I Ching. Everything is complete in 64.
Isn't
Because-
it amazing how a simple game can really explain life?
I had
Yeah.
no
It's
idea.
like that about even the game of baseball. If you look at the geometry of it, has to do with the pyramids. But anyway, we
But we talk about the
It
mystical
does.
side of it and birthdays.
And there are 9. I'll get
No,
back
go
to
ahead.
that, but I want to finish. That's a good point, brother. Because baseball, they're all connected.
Yes.
That's what I teach. Syncretism. Everything is interrelated. There are 9. What do you call them?
Innings.
9, 18, 32. Sorry, 36. What are we getting to? 64.
Now, I wanted to ask, because I'm a big baseball fanatic, they want to go to 26 men on the team as opposed to 25, and there's a big pushback as to why not to do it.
Yes.
But from what I understand, the game was created by, what are the name of the guys on the dollar bill? That's the pyramid, Freddie would know them.
Yes, it's the Masons.
The Masons.
Yep.
Actually put this into play because the Masons understand the language, and the reason I asked him if he speaks languages is because it comes in different languages. The Masons controlled the whole frequency of what's going on at the beginning of time, and this is where the baseball games came from.
Yep.
But it's all mathematical.
Yep.
Huh?
In fact,
Stop looking at me that way. What was that?
the 64, I made a mistake there. The 64 is rooted in 8, not 9. But 8 and 9 are these really wonderful numbers.
Powerful numbers.
So 8, 16, 32, 64.
That's right.
So when you understand the root of these glorious numbers, and they're only the numbers from 1 to 9, especially the 8 and 9 that give you these other harmonics, which give you the game of baseball,
Changes your
every
life.
other game that was ever invented.
Changes your life,
And it is
yes.
Masonic.
Now,
True,
let me
brother.
ask you, if people
Yep.
learn about numbers, and if you don't know it and you're blind to the fact, and you learn the light, you can improve your life. That's where you come
Yes.
in. And there are different signs, is again, what you're doing is creating the different opportunities to be able to see what he's talking about by going to the northwest, the northeast, or whatever the hell it is.
That's why it's not a coincidence
It
that
isn't.
we get across. I watched Santos, start watching him in 2012. I was going through certain awakening system, and I was pretty much confused what's happening. So I would start grabbing information, and thank God that's when the internet came. And you go for the information to the best of the best. You can skip all the college and money and all this agenda going on, and you just guide your intuition. And you pop to the people what they can guide you later with this information. And Santos was one of the people. That's why it's very difficult to say how long we know each other. We met on Saturday. But I know him since 2012, his presentations and the way he's thinking.
Right.
Well,
So
let me
that
ask you,
is
why
a-
does the energy, why is all of this so important, and what can it change in our
Because you all
lives?
energy. You all energy. And that's what my latest study is with a brilliant doctor. Her name is Dr. Sue Mortel, and she has an institute, and she's been practitioner for, I believe, 40 years. Well, she looks young, so let's say 30 years. But there was a father as well, he was a pioneer, and she grew up that way. So, we all been having a little bit experiences here and there, and, we born in 60s, so we children of crazy times. And that's the seed is just grow in us as a beautiful tree, and now we're ready to spread. I do that with my 3 kids.
What's the
I
significance, though,
influence them.
of, like what we talked about, the Queen of Hearts, the King of Cups, of that chart versus the cards? The differences, and how does this help people in their life make some decisions, maybe make some choices, change some things?
Well, I'm sorry, Santos.
No,
I'm
no.
gonna give you- but
Please.
my understanding, that it should be taken as a game. People stuck themselves to the very, way
It
of
should or
thinking.
shouldn't be?
It should be light.
Okay.
So if you have the information of the Queen of Cups or, King of, Wands, whatever it is in your chart, remember,
Yes,
they
it's
owe
similar.
you. That is not like I have this birthday, that's fantastic influence. But we have all those elements in us. So this is a game, and people get attached themselves to the label, and they believe in that story, and they stuck. You have to shut your five senses, go within, and you're gonna experience another universe.
Well, hold on a second, because I want to bring Santos into this thing, because the difference about, if you get deep enough into what he's talking about, all of us have a solution to all of our problems. We create our problems.
That's right.
So the interesting aspect of and I didn't know that either one of you were going to be on the set today. But the interesting thing about this is if you are able to tune in and turn off all your senses around you, which is creating nothing but noise, and you're able to focus on what's going on inside, all of this will make sense to you. You just have to be able to watch and listen to yourself for a minute. Now, when you have a master that comes on the set, and anybody who can talk the languages that he speaks and understands the concept of where it's coming from, this is all based on yourself, not what he's teaching you, but he's telling you to look deeper inside, correct? Yes. And the signs will always be put. Remember we talked about this years ago. God gives you, I say 7 signs because I like the number 7. There might be more. If you can read 3 of them, it will change your life.
Per day.
Per day.
Per day.
Per day.
Go into the number 8. With,
Talking to the mic.
go into the number 8 with Scorpio, the sign,
Yeah.
That's
and
gonna be
64.
me.
Well, I mean, just look at the number 8. It has your 2 circles, and it's teaching you that one is down below, and the other one is the higher part of our mind. So Scorpio is the 8th sign and associated with generation. It rules the generative system in the body, and that's how you procreate. So it's showing you that the tomb of death is our body, and then we come up, and then we, like the phoenix, which is also a symbol of Scorpio, rises above to the higher mind. And see, there's always this play, incarnation in the tomb, and then escaping incarnation back to the top circle. So this interplay, this dichotomy, we're always going to be the spiritual unconditioned self, and then we come and play in this theatre, which is an anagram for earth, to learn, experience, grow, and it's a mortal theatre, you see? Mm-hmm. So the other one is where we are immortal, as we are. Our souls can never perish if we look after them. And so that's the number 8, how powerful it is. It's speaking of how we can come out of the lower mind, the carnal mind. And so, as Aisha was saying before, how can all of this information benefit us to know about why you're a Queen of Wands and another one's a King, etc.? Well, because you can utilise those energies better. You don't want to be ruled by your stars. You want to rule your stars. The wise man rules his stars and causes them to make things happen in their life.
It sounds like me, right?
Isn't it fun?
It's funny. I wore the number 8 for 21 years playing ball. And it was given to me by a coach from the Brooklyn Dodgers. No, from Brooklyn Dodgers, from the LA Dodgers in Puerto Rico. And the way he explained it to me, he says, I want you to look at the number 8 and I want you to turn this sideways. It's a sign of infinity.
Sure.
And your growth is infinite. And I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about until this moment right now.
But it's also...
Didn't understand.
The Ouroboros.
Yeah, but it's also death.
Yes. Yes, the Mobius strip. Thank you very much.
And how do
It
people...
is.
So if you're a Scorpio, you're an 8. Does that mean because we're March, we're a 3? Or is it a different number we're looking at for people that are looking at something?
Well, no, ours is 1. We are the number 1s.
Okay.
It's the first
Oh,
sign.
it's the first sign. So
Yeah.
Aries is the first sign in the astrological chart.
Yes.
So what does a 1 look like?
Well, we always get... our criticism would be that we are self-centered and self-aware and everything's about you. That's what I got in my family anyway.
But that doesn't mean that's true.
We are. Our motto is I am. So we are very, very in our I amness.
Or maybe I am here.
Well,
doesn't make you-
identify
doesn't.
the numbers. It's also it starts with the Aries.
Yes,
Aries is 1.
number 1.
Scorpio is 8.
Jen, you would love this
Is the
conversation.
numbers
Jen, this is
what
so
we
you,
kind
Jen.
of identified
This is
with,
so
the,
you.
with the zodiac sign.
Absolutely.
And the Scorpio is the killer. And I have
When
the
is Jen's
experience
birthday?
in my life. I'm
February.
a ball breaker,
23rd?
you know, all my life.
Scorpios,
I
intense
am
emotion.
absolutely-
Give Jen a
February
mic.
23rd?
And my mom, she's a Taurus.
When is your-
so
When is
on
your
the
birthday?
opposite.
Yeah.
And we
There you go.
still, till today, we have that little thing going on.
So let me ask you, if somebody gives you their birthday, are you able to tell a sign?
Lots. I can tell you a lot.
So
of
February
21st. 21.
February 21.
Pisces.
Wow, just in Pisces, first degrees, yeah. Well, I'd have to look at the whole chart, but I mean, Pisceans in general, sensitive, understanding, visionary.
Yes to all this, by the way.
Yeah,
But you and I share the same. I'm a
You're the
Pisces
same
also.
sign.
I'm,
Yes.
I'm the last day of Pisces.
Right.
You're the first.
And you're
I'm
the
the
first day of
first, yeah.
Pisces. And everything in between.
That's right.
Wow.
dreamy, believing a lot, hoping, very hopeful.
Now, why is it that people born on the signs are designated in that mantra? Why is it that Pisceans are dreamers and Leos are?
Archetypes.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's archetypal. Okay, so along the ecliptic, which is the path of the sun, there are 12 30-degree segments.
12:30. Okay.
And when the sun is in that part of the ecliptic, for instance, in our sign, from the 21st, start of the year, the equinox, to the 21st of April, for those 30 days, those 30 degrees, the sun is channeling the frequency from that part of the ecliptic down to us. And it is fiery, it's plasma. So the ram and all of its archetypal meanings is being channeled to these individuals. And you can't mistake it. If you know what to look for, you will see that unmistakably those energies are pouring into the vessel of the human vehicle. You cannot mistake it.
And
You
it's
will-
always constant?
always.
So
Always.
then it doesn't matter that the individuals are male or female, if it's black, white,
Always
green,
the same.
6 feet, 4 feet, is always the same.
There's a book called Personality of the Zodiac. You can get it on my website. I don't make any money from it. Bill Schreiber is the writer. He's in Seattle. Wonderful book. You can see all the pictures of people, Hollywood people, famous people you know of history, and he shows you how to identify their sign by looking at their face, the way they walk, their physiology, everything. It's unmistakable. You
It's
cannot
interesting.
mistake
You know,
so Santos and I have the same birthday.
Yes.
What?
That's crazy. And you and I
4th of
are
March.
just a month apart.
Yes, we are, yeah.
So Santos, let me get this right. Everybody has the same ability to be great. You ever notice how the movie stars, everybody asks them, well, what made you great? And they go into this whole spiel, but everybody can be great,
Yes.
right? They just focus on the methods that you're explaining, and they're following, and it could be a slight follow. It doesn't have to be huge. If you believe, you will walk the walk, which is kind of, it's kind of amazing that he's here, because for 4 years we've been trying to explain what you're talking about, but you're doing such a better job than us.
Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, more with Santos Bonacci and Aja, the master of everything. We're talking about astrology,
It's true.
theology.
That's right.
Theology of astrology. Which one goes first?
They're both two sides of the same coin.
A&A.
Heads
All
and
right.
tails.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE 280800.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
That's what we need, baby. We need more cowbell.
That's right. More.
So
Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe, our after-hour show airing on WWNN Saturday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. You can find the show again airing tomorrow night.
And that sunlight that you see behind me doesn't exist as an optical illusion because it is nighttime. It is 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, 8 to 10. Check it out. Call in. If you want to be a participant, I think starting next week we're going to start inviting people into the studio so that the guests can speak
Interaction.
and interact and all that good stuff that goes with it. Sign a couple of books and everything else. You never know what happens at the cafe.
We've got a lot going on here today. We've got Santos Bonacci with us. We're talking about the theology of astrology, theology, two sides of the same coin. Brandon is here as one of his students as well, and so I asked Brandon, why? What do you follow from Santos? Why follow him, and what are you looking at? So tell us a little bit about why you follow Santos.
I actually came across Santos's work in 2011, researching about the planet Saturn and its occult esoteric.
Why would you want to research Saturn, though?
Because it was just bugging me. It was something that I was freaked out and scared about, and
about the
wanted
planet?
to know more about it. The planet Saturn and its connections with the worship of the Nazis were heavily into the worship of the planet Saturn.
Really?
Yeah, and,
I didn't know that.
There's a hexagonal cloud formation on the north pole of Saturn. Anyway, so these questions.
Anyways, because everybody knows this why. They don't.
They don't. And
or they think of it. He shouldn't meet Jay.
God help us. But okay, then I got another question leading to that analogy. That you just all my life I've asked, why is the Earth the only planet in this solar system that has life?
Okay, because it's the only one that's terrestrial.
And what does that
Those up there are not terrestrial. You can even learn that from Wikipedia. It tells you Saturn is a gas giant, Jupiter is a gas giant. Then they flip it over and tell you that Mars is terrestrial and you can go to Mars. When you look up, you can see they're just lights. And astrology teaches all of those planets are luminous bodies. They're just light. God is light. The stars, they are just light. We are stars, right? You were saying before we're all great. Well, what do we tell our children? Young star, if you do well, you'll get a gold star to take home to your mummy, and you'll be a rock star. You'll be a superstar. You don't want to be a mobster or a gangster or a fraudster. You want to be a master, not a monster. Sisters are spinsters. Youngsters, everyone's a star. Right?
But why is it that the human life doesn't exist on a terrestrial, like let's say Mars?
There's life there. You can go to the moon, you can go to the sun and live
And there
there.
is life.
As the rishis say in Bhagavad Gita, you go to the moon. The rishis leave here and they transport themselves to the moon or to Mercury or to Venus because they are spheres. They are places of dwelling, but not with these bodies.
Not bodies,
You leave
frequencies.
your body here. It's a vehicle, a gross vehicle. You enter into your sublime vehicle, your subtle vehicle, which you have your chakra system, your endocrine system. This is your subtle body, your etheric body. You take that. You can go to the sun. You can live in pleasure in the sun or in Jupiter or in Saturn. These are places of dwelling.
Your spiritual body. Come join us.
With your spiritual
And it's
body.
funny because I always talk to you about this lifetime. And I tell you, in my human form, in my physical body, and he says to me, but you are who you are. So no, there's my spiritual side, my energy, and then there's this physical side that I am in this lifetime. We talk about souls never in energy. Souls continuing on from lifetime to lifetime.
This is another dawn, by the way. Everybody
This is another dawn.
Hey.
Now, and move that microphone in front of you. Now, the other question is if people, don't. Here we go. And that's a natural.
On that note,
She's from another planet as well. Now,
Give you the
She's the
blue
creator.
one.
Okay.
now I wanted to ask why is it that certain beings can touch a frequency and you can read the future, you can see the past, you can see guides, you can see all sorts of things around people, and when you try to explain this, everybody says this guy is on heroin, this guy is nuts. Why is that ability there?
Vibration.
When we incarnate, we bring with us soul force, spiritual force, physical force. Not everybody's physically the same strength, yeah? You see babies, see some guys in their 30s and they're like hunchbacked and they're, soft voice and they're very weak. And then you see these guys like, wow, they're building houses, they're not stoppable. They've got so much physical force. That's how you incarnate. Some people don't have any soul force, so they become criminals. Some people have a lot of soul force and they've got charities and they're always looking after people. So we come with different bodies. We have a physical body, we have soul, we have spirit, emotional body, we have celestial, causal, and all of that affects the frequency and how we behave.
Interesting.
So we have to grow our soul force.
So that was my next question. How do we grow into that? How do we tap into this energy?
How do you change it?
Raise the
and use it?
vibration. That's what I said. We all
Yep.
energy.
So how do we
energy
use that
has the
positively?
little bit different layers. So when you have a lot of unsolved, unfinished business, so to speak, you have grudges, you have pain. It's manifest from your subconscious. This is your program. Your brain has been programming from 0 to 7, plus minus. And this is because the brain wave in the child's brain is the highly, almost like hypnosis. So you grab there with your subconscious because it's your guidance for your life. You learn how to love, you learn how to give, you learn so many things. So many times children mirroring what's happening in the household, and that is reflect later in their life. They're doing this automatically. You after a while, when you do drive your car to work, you don't think which road you take. You just go on automatic pilot.
But think how interesting, you have different siblings, grow up with the same house, same parents, and let's just assume, for all intents and purposes, they're biologically
Sure.
belonging to these parents.
Sure.
Now, the two siblings, totally different personalities,
Yes.
but it's the same.
But that's what he just explained. I
It's
think
the
the
same.
physicality of the body is nothing relevant to any of the
Personality.
energy.
So you've got the same nature, you've got the same biology, you've got the same nurture because you're growing up with the same household, but yet you've got 3 different personalities
Oh, yeah.
and 3 different ways you can react to the exact same situation. Why is that,
Yeah.
Santos?
Again, the frequencies that your soul incarnated in, you see, each one comes into that family for a reason, to learn in that family, and they belong to a soul group. You see these birds that fly in V and they turn together because they belong to the same family. They will never leave each other. It's a soul group. It's one soul in all of those birds. And the same when you meet people, you feel, wow, I like this person. That's your soul group. And families are like that, you see. But we bring in different strengths. Some have a really strong sexual body force. Some have weak. So they're not so interested in sex, but whereas someone is always hungry for sex, because their sexual body, which is a body, is strong. And the same with mental force. Some people come in with a lot of mental force. They become lawyers, advocates for truth or whatever. Others have weak mind. They just sit there in front of the TV and play games and they don't want to think because they haven't got a lot of mental force.
So is this in the reincarnation what you're picking?
Yes.
All right, and then I got a question here from...
Wait, I got to bring the book into this whole conversation.
I totally agree with that.
But I want to lay a question that we have on Facebook. If you're a parent and you're having issues with your children, so there's a lot of single parents, especially moms nowadays, for whatever reason. We won't get into that. But there's a lot of single parents having problems with their kids for a lot of rebellion, a lot of mental anguish. I noticed he would not take the milks because it has ingredients, and I can relate to what he's talking about because we are becoming a society of illness. We are taking it in.
Sure.
Sweetness will kill you in the whole 9 yards. I'll get into that later. But what advice would you give a parent that is having difficulty reaching, I guess, an energy force of their children, their siblings?
Look at their charts or get someone to examine their charts and see the synastry between your chart and your child to see where the weaknesses are coming in, and you can counteract those.
And that's doable.
Absolutely. I do that all the time, synastry charts. So you look at their weaknesses, you see where their strengths are, and by knowing this, knowing how they are constituted electrically and what's strong and what's weak, you can manipulate many things. You can apply the science of Feng Shui, for instance. You can change things in the house. You can change the way you feed them, the foods you give them. For instance, if they've got a lot of fire, you don't want to be giving them a lot of hot foods. You want to give watery foods.
Ayurveda.
Yeah, Ayurveda is also another way of looking at it. To know all these frequencies.
Exactly. Right now we are so privileged in this time when we are alive that we can bridge those different corners of the world. And every beautiful culture and civilization has the same profound message. So, I grew up in a country when there was, originally was born and raised in Poland, so it's a highly Catholic. So they give you a certain platform, and so many people are just there. For me, it was always not enough. I was born as being natural philosopher, according to my grandfather, who had the very wise and broad knowledge. So since I was a child, I was asking questions, and my favorite word was no, because I was a little rebel.
Usually it's mine.
Yes, and they were trying to program me in a certain way, and I was just highly connected to the court and the spirit, and I knew in my cord then this is not true. I need to find my way. And even we are parents, we all say, trust me, I went through this path, and you don't want to go there. I said, go for it.
But it changes the whole side of parenting. But I want to bring Dawn into the conversation. Yeah. When is your birthday?
When is my birthday?
What's your birth date? Not your year, your date.
Your date.
25th.
Of what month?
August.
She's a Leo, no?
Virgo.
No.
Virgo.
I don't follow any of that stuff, though.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, no.
It's not about following, it's about energies. It's about where your frequency
It depends on the day.
Whether you believe in energy or not.
So the Virgo on the 25th.
Yeah, very earthy, very mercurial, great hands.
Yes.
You want to get a massage from a Virgoan, very good with their hands.
Yeah, but
I
you're
like
good with
massages.
your hands. So what you create. Look at the pieces you create with your hands.
Yeah, that's true.
She creates magnificent jewelry.
Yeah, they would generally like the garden, earthy things. They're very analytical. They analyse all things very, very well. They're very meticulous, tidy. Great workers. The best worker is a Virgoan. Hard workers. They serve. They love to serve.
In human body.
I do serve.
Mm-hmm.
You hit on a few
foundations.
things.
Yeah.
a few things. I love to serve. I love to give. I work with my hands, but I don't want to garden. I want someone to do it for me 'cause I love
But
beautiful
you love flowers.
I do.
I know
love
you do.
flowers.
I see how you light up when we used to have the flowers delivered.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, you have all of these different energies in a room. And I want to go into the business aspect of this because you want to create a certain atmosphere where everybody can interrelate and work with one another. Energies sometimes they
No,
clash.
they don't.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they don't work. Sometimes for all the wrong reasons. Is that something that we're putting out there, or is it something that truly exists?
It truly exists.
Okay.
We all have a frequency, and that is set by the moment you take your first breath. You have all the planets that are channeling frequencies, and you are now impregnated with those energies. So when you find that you're struggling with people and you're not interacting well with people, if you know your chart and if you know their constitution, you can modify these things, and you'll be able to work with other people's frequencies which are not very harmonic with yours.
So you can
Harmonious.
actually work with it if you know a little bit more about what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And
When-
how do you do that? Following you? Are there books that you've written or
Website.
on my
phone
YouTube
call.
channel, I have so many presentations and videos on astrology, the mother of all sciences. And when you know astrology and how it works, then you will be able to play in this theatre better than anyone else.
What is your YouTube channel?
Mr. Astrotheology, one word.
That's easy to remember.
Mr. or Master?
Mr.
Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R, Astro Theology.
Now,
MR or Mr.?
Yeah, just MR.
Okay.
I understand what you were trying to, Hector. Yes, you're right. At the 54-minute mark, we're going to go to break and then go. Yes, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Hector, she's right. At the 54, you're going to go to break until we go to 1 o'clock. 54 minutes.
6 minutes.
Okay, exactly. I was wrong. Now I understand what you meant.
Dylan,
See, I'm
when's your
learning.
birthday?
Hey!
February
Dylan?
9th.
He didn't even hear me.
It's Aquarius.
Aquarius. That's an interesting sign. That was my brother.
My mom
That's
is
the
too.
My
era of
goodness.
Aquarius right now. We're stepping in. That's why it's this explosion with the information flowing like a water. That's the internet that can go anywhere and enlighten and bring the new information. That's what internet. It can be one of the number one significant things to getting from Piscean era to going the whole Christianity based of Piscean era to fish. And
But the Aquarius is a fiery sign, no?
Air.
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 It's
That's
mental.
why we on air today. Thank you very much.
Ba-dum-bum.
See, we are now in the age of Aquarius. Absolutely in the age of Aquarius.
Feel
If
like
there's anyone out there saying, no, it's 100 years away,
There is
please
a pattern to check.
ignore what they're saying because
there is
they have
a
no
lot
idea.
of different Indian calendar, Chinese calendar, Mayan calendar. They all talking about those changes, and it just was happening here. People were getting nervous. End of the world. Yes, the way you think, the way you knew, but there is the new evolution in human consciousness. Is not evolution. We're gonna get the big tomes from texting. It's the evolution in consciousness. We're growing into higher level vibration. That's why so many people can drink alcohol, they can eat meat, they can do a lot of things. A lot of people living only from sun energy, that's been proven. So it's so many cool things happening right now. And that's why I said, don't cheat yourself and don't follow one view.
Well, the
Okay.
thing,
Follow
I think the
ideas.
cool things have always happened. I think that we've gotten into an era where people are coming forward and actually talking about what they know, like this gentleman here today. He understands how it works.
Yes.
And we have become so desperate to seeking truth because we've lived nothing but a lie. What's the
But it
name of
doesn't
that?
have to be desperate.
Well,
That's what our training, we want
But
to
that's
get
what society.
somewhere.
But that's what society does.
And
It
that's
makes
the
you
mistake.
desperate because you buy things. Then you buy pills, you buy drugs, you buy it. You know that it's cheaper to be sick than no. How's that work? It's harder to be healthy than to be sick.
Yes, but you
It's
see,
more
this
expensive,
is,
right?
This is where is the different thinking happening, and I
Yes.
was explaining to Tiffany about the quantum flip. It's you changing the way you approach the situation.
Yes.
You know, somebody can catch you on the road, and you're gonna say, "Oh, you asshole," you know. Blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, you're gonna find out.
Well, I guess we're going to have to get rid of that song.
That'll be me.
Cursing on the radio, Aja.
Right,
Actually, you
right.
can't
was a
curse on the
little slow on the
radio.
take
What
there.
number was that? We got to clean that
No,
up.
I was thinking it's a freelance.
Usually it's
stuff.
worse than that.
We got no free lunch on this one.
But let's not get from that. So you are able to translate that situation in a different way. Instead get angry, you're gonna say, you know what, maybe he stopped me from this accident, what's gonna happen? You know?
It's how to
So
reframe
it's a
it. It's
different
like we talked
thinking.
about yesterday. We have to reframe the same situation.
Well, my mother always
Absolutely.
said you're late because you're avoiding an accident.
I
Somebody's
always
looking
say
out
that.
for you.
Right? There's always
Absolutely.
something that
But
changes.
all of this is coming forward now. People are talking about it
right.
now.
Aquarius.
People
Knowledge.
now
Exactly.
are speaking up about all the different things that are going on, that have been going on. The 60s tried to do it. When my brother went to Woodstock
Not
and everything
enough
else.
thought, not enough.
But they were laughed at as hippies, anti-war Mongols, and they
They
suppressed
weren't
it.
ready. The humanity wasn't ready at that
That's
time.
what's happening right now. When are you ever ready?
It's a lot of information to change in our society right now. Is
You ready for
everyone's
change?
in this big world of hate and finger pointing.
Division.
And you know what? If we could really take a step back and work on ourselves
54.
and our positive energy, then I think this whole world could be a whole lot bit of a
54.
prettier.
For sure.
All right, we
kinder
gotta go to
space.
commercial.
We're going to go to commercial break. Tell us.
Sorry.
No,
your
let's go to
YouTube channel
commercial.
again.
Mr. Astrotheology.
Mr. Astrotheology. Stay tuned. We're going to come back, talk to Dawn DeMarco Book, more with Aja, and we've got Space of Mind, Dr. Lee. We had a lot of people coming
Got a
on.
lot of people here today.
Brooklyn Cafe show after hours. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
And I promise.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters has that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
And we're back. Oh, boy, you're a little slow on your bell.
And
Really slow on your
we're
bell.
back at the Brooklyn Cafe show after hours, airing Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m. I'm excited to be on
This
the
is Cafe
WWNN platform.
After cafe at night? What is it?
After
Cafe after
hours?
hours. You know who loves that? Jody.
Does she?
She says that's the best idea you've ever had. Of all the ideas I've ever had, that's the best.
I'm very excited about this new time slot we have.
You like it?
So
8
when
to
is the
10.
new time slot? I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
Tomorrow, 8 to 10.
Saturday nights from 8 to 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you mentioned you were going to do that.
I'm excited
So we can do
about
some
that.
Saturday night events. We can do some stuff. We can do a seance in here. We can do all sorts of stuff
Do you know yesterday was the last full moon?
for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of the year, but also now we're going to 2020, so it was at 12/12 on 12/12.
Really?
Of
Said it was the
12/12. And
last
today is
full
Friday the
moon.
13th. It's when they made the movie, you know.
You know, we should talk about 13 because I was told 13 because our suite is 13 is actually a good number.
I
Yes,
love 13.
it's my number.
Dan Marino.
Is your number?
Christ.
It's a lucky number.
13 is a
12
lucky number,
is
right?
12
Yeah, very lucky.
disciples and
Damn
it's
right.
13.
Tell us why
Christ
13 is a lucky
consciousness.
number.
It's because of
Three.
Dan Marino.
Happy Friday from Dawn to Dawn.
Seriously. Hello.
Yeah.
Why is 13?
Still looking for a Dan Marino for the Dolphins.
You know, it's funny because when we took this suite, we have suite 13 and 14, and the landlord said the only thing registered with the post office is 14 because no one ever used 13.
And we're
And when
like,
we
yeah.
took it, we said, but we like 13. We
Right,
think
yes.
13 is a good number.
A friend of mine, she lives on 14th floor, but it's 13th. And I see this, I'm with her every day, so I see this beautiful scene of Boca Raton from her 13th floor window. This mouth of the rat, that's when the intercoastal hitting the
But
ocean.
13 is
So
a lucky
it's a
number.
13 lucky number. It's a beautiful number.
What's happening with you, Miss DeBook?
What is that? I am having a sale. Sparkle of Life is having a sale. You buy one at regular price and get the second at 50% off of equal or lesser value.
Well, through when?
I'm going to the end of the year.
Well,
I
here's
was going to do a Black Friday, but like
I have an offering for you.
Okay.
Because I knew I was going to see you, I figured it would be in person. Next Friday, we're having our Holiday Happenings headshots with Danielle Boujon.
I love
And I
Danielle.
wanted to see if you wanted to
showcase
some
I
of
would
your
love
wares.
that.
bring
Maybe
a
people
table
want
and
to take their
showcase some of your
headshots with
things.
some earrings or something.
Yeah.
And
Totally
bring some
in.
things.
Yep.
Buy one, get one 50% off.
Yep.
You know what? I think it's great going into the holidays. It's the
Yeah.
Set up
Friday
a little
before.
table.
Yeah, I will. Thank you. I'm in.
Perfect.
Totally. Yeah.
11 to 2, so come on out and join our fun.
I know.
Oh, we're 11 to 2 now.
Yeah,
Well, the party is.
Oh, okay. Hello.
just that day.
I'm all right.
And the funny thing is that I went to a function that Lou threw, and Linda wore the earrings that I bought, I guess, last year.
Right.
And I got ratted on because I couldn't remember I bought them.
Oh. Well,
She
you
says-
know.
She says, "These look familiar."
You don't remember
Oh.
you bought them? What's wrong with you?
It's an earring. I don't know. If it was a
Yeah, but they're
car.
my earrings. You
Do
should
you know
remember
that every piece
Well, I made a big deal afterwards. I said,
I
of course I did.
that every piece of jewelry a woman owns, she knows exactly when she got it, whom she bought it from, or where,
Right.
and for what occasion, if any, or was it just a treat for herself?
Every woman knows that.
Just like you know every play that the Jets probably have done in
Right,
football for
exactly.
your entire
Yes,
life,
that's
on
so
what
true,
day,
yeah.
on what game,
And who missed
did
the
what,
field goal?
is how a woman knows their jewelry.
It's
But
true.
it's jewelry.
I know.
And it's football, and therein lies how our souls are so connected. He closes the drapes, and I open them.
She drives me crazy.
It's so funny.
I turn the
'cause,
lights
yeah,
on, he turns
right?
them off. But
Yep.
yes, our electric bill
I'm
is
gonna
good.
walk around with some sunglasses because the glare that comes through here, it just kills
Yeah.
me.
But it
Mind
brings
you.
in light.
I
Remember,
know, but it's
Light
killing.
is good.
remember, I am the Queen of Wands, and you are the King of Cups.
See, I'm
So
the
now
king
you're
of
here to
darkness,
serve
and you're the
me.
queen of light.
That's why you guys work.
That's why
Right?
you
And then
white
she leaves.
everywhere here.
She leaves
There's the
every.
duality
She
of
leaves
that.
every light on. You should see this. She walks
See,
around
now
this place.
I'm more like you.
And I turn off the lights.
Yeah, I turn off lights. Richard's like, everything's on, everything. I'm like, well, do we really need the kitchen light on? We're not in the kitchen.
We kind of are the duality.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
wanted a light bulb, and she brought in chandeliers. She
I
didn't
love
bring in one
chandeliers.
chandelier. She brought in 2 chandeliers.
Are they hanging yet?
Yeah, you didn't notice?
Didn't notice.
Maybe I
Darn
should
it.
put a string on it so they come down on your
But
head.
that's good because it just means you walked in, you feel comfortable,
Well,
right?
I-
It wasn't
yeah.
like, oh, I don't like that.
No.
Is that what that
I'm going to
means?
go look.
Yes,
That isn't what it
of
means.
course it is. We're warehouse chic. I've coined a new term.
That's another thing. But
Warehouse
she
chic.
so the guy who hung him said, if I had known that you were going to ask, because I didn't tell him what he was doing, says, I need to hang a light. So he came. and
Chandeliers are different because there's more work involved.
more work. This guy was here for 2 days.
So that means he did it right. Because if
One each day, yes.
Well, I challenged him. I says, "No, I don't think you can handle this." And that's a takeaway effect. And he said, "Oh, what?
you want to bet,
And he had to get a 10-foot ladder. And he's up there. And the first one, it was raining glass, baby.
yeah,
Thank God they brought
they're
extras.
not easy to hang.
Then he says, "Okay, I'm done." I said, "No, you're done number one. You got another one." Another one? Yeah, you got a second one. He said, "Oh, if I had known that, I would never have shown up." I said, "That's
But
right." I
again,
know."
it's the energy. It's crystals. I needed it to. And he says to me, "Why not Why not plastic? Why did you go glass?" Because I needed the light to reflect on the crystals to spread the energy
Correct.
around the room.
Well, I got another piece
That is
of.
also the thing that the crystals contain some properties.
Yes.
And they sense and radiate or transmute the energy. Same like with cats. When you have those water lines underground in China, Japan, they were taking a feng shui masters to first detect those meridians in Earth, because when all those crossing, that's the area when electromagnetic field, it can be very damaging to your system.
I don't know why
So
this room is
dogs
vibrating.
are staying away from the place, but cats are actually laying, because what they do, they transmute.
It's
this
called the
whole
Bermuda
energy.
Triangle.
Oh, that too.
You know, when I
got
was
Dr.
growing
Lee
up, that was a
joining
big-
us also in
Now,
the
the
next
other
set.
thing I forgot to tell you is those chandeliers are beautiful, but when they get dusty, and you got to go up there to clean them,
Yeah, that's another day to do.
Hey,
you
Hector.
can't because they're not plastic. Hey, Hector, yeah,
He's tall.
yeah, he's yeah, a minute.
$25 all in.
Yeah, that's
And look who's here. Dr. Lee is here also.
Hey, Dr. Lee.
And we've got Allie from Space and Mind and Dr. Lee for our
Allie,
1
how
o'clock.
are you? Allie, how are you?
Very
Maybe
cool.
we should just.
So I'm really excited. Tell us again
Yeah, we
how
got.
we can find you.
Universal Truth School is my website, and Mr. Astrotheology is my YouTube channel. That's about it, I think.
Very
Talk
cool.
about energy, and I love how this segment just segues into Dr. Lee, and we've got
Wonderful.
Allie from Space and Mind and talking about teaching to the kids and what's integral
Very
to them,
unique.
and it's
Very
just a
unique.
whole unique system, and
Yeah.
it's about energy, right? The energy of what's going on in your
That's
school,
right.
which is amazing. I can't wait to talk about that also.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity
Thank you for you guys
and
coming.
platform.
Thank you.
And we will be
More to come. We'll stay in touch.
That's right.
And we'll
that's
switch
right.
our sets. In fact, we're going
That's
to keep
right.
rolling and talking as we switch over. We'll bring Allie over. We'll bring Dr. Lee. Dawn, you want to stay?
You want to do a live
For a
move?
few minutes.
Yeah, why not? We're
All right,
just
so
gonna
let's
keep
move
it.
Dawn down and make it easy.
Come on, Allie's going to come over and join us. What a week it's been is all I can tell you. I think
Come on and move.
Sure.
a week in review is what
You're
we've
happy
done.
there?
Yeah, I am. I'm happy here.
She's happy there. It's been a
Now,
great week.
before we bring Lee, let's bring this gentleman in here. We'll switch at the 10 after.
Okay.
We have
his
it right
card.
here?
Yes, absolutely. We've got Joel
Sit right
Perez
over
with
there,
us.
Joe.
Here.
You
Yep.
sit right there.
We've got Allie from Space and Mind.
Dr. Lee, come in. We're going to bring you up in a second. Give Dr. Lee a mic. Sit it right there. Sit over there. Right over there. See that?
I think I'm going to demonstrate on Bob, so you have a space.
You're going to demonstrate what?
Acupuncture.
On Bob?
Yeah, we will. When we bring Dr. Lee on, we'll switch out these two seats, and then Bob can sit, and you can join us.
One of you.
You did that the
You
last
want
time for me.
acupuncture?
You like acupuncture?
No, never done it. So.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always a good guinea pig.
I must thank you because you just let me do what we do. You said we're going to move live. Yeah, we're going to move live
Okay,
because
very
that's
good.
how we roll on
Here
after
we are.
hours.
After hours, I didn't know that. Somebody get me a sandwich. I like
So
your
when
socks,
does this
huh?
air? Is it
We're airing right now, and then we're going to air again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
8 to 10.
gotcha.
So we're going to
8
be
to
doing
10,
that.
so we're changing some of our radio time up. And Allie's joining us, Allie Kaufman from Space of Mind, who I'm so excited you're joining us because it has been a long time in coming that we've had her joining us on the show. I've known Allie for many years.
True.
And we've talked, and I'm so happy that you're here because your school, you have an event coming up January 25th.
Yep.
And actually, I think my daughter's going to be my plus one.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So she's very
Good to see you,
excited to
Kelsey.
come with me and see the school. But let's talk about Space of Mind because you have a school that just keeps growing and growing, and it's not a traditional public or private school as we know
Right,
it.
right.
Tell us about Space of Mind.
We're actually social homeschooling. So
We are sort of like a school in that it's full-time, but we are able to customize the curriculum and the approach to each individual student a little bit differently than a traditional school can. And our kids are eligible to get the benefits of being a homeschooler, which means no state standardized testing. It also is a nice benefit when you go to apply to college to be considered on a homeschool basis, because you can tell a little bit more about yourself in the process. So there's a lot of benefits to homeschooling, especially with the amount of school-related stress these days in the traditional school setting. But we're non-traditionally homeschooling the kids, so they come to us full-time. It's not like the parents are doing it themselves, and it's not online schooling either. We write all of our own curriculum.
And it's a facility. The facility is.
Well, that's the whole key to this.
It's unbelievable. And we were just talking about energy is sparked from your surroundings. You know,
Yeah.
if you're in a toxic environment, you're going to come out toxic. Of course. But your place, is unbelievable. I've never seen homeschool like that. And it looks like a college campus for children.
Really?
It's
Where is it?
unbelievable.
Well, we're in downtown Delray Beach.
Are you
and
really?
Yeah, we're actually, our schoolhouse is the first building on our campus. We're under construction renovating the building next door to be expanding. And our schoolhouse building is the oldest building in Delray. So it was built in 1896.
Shut up. I
So
live
we're
in Delray.
super lucky.
So where exactly in
Right
downtown?
next to Dada, across from Old School
Okay.
Square, a block from Atlantic on Swinton.
Cool.
Yeah.
I personally think it should be da-da instead of da-da.
I like that idea.
Right? I don't get da-da. No, it's da-da. What do you think? Hello? Nothing?
I like it. It's
a great idea.
It's your space of mind. And you have how many students?
We have 49 students now, so we're, with the new building opening, we'll be able to have about 80 full-time. And our new building is actually part of an initiative that we've created. It's a nonprofit initiative called Community Classroom Project, and that space is going to be a community center called The Hub. And so we'll be opening our programming and our approach to teaching and learning and parenting and connecting all the dots for mental and physical health.
And this
for
came
kids.
from you, right? All these ideas I heard.
Yeah, I've had sort of a really random connection. I, grew up with a really collaborative, creative education in the public schools, but that was at a time where all the ADD kids were just labeled gifted, and and so in the 80s, ADD wasn't what it is now, and we were just the kids with busy brains who needed to be engaged at a higher level, and it was our creativity that was actually driving that. And now the gifted program has shifted. It's less about creativity than it is about rigor. And when I'm still in touch with all of those friends that I had from that time, and we're all doing pretty big entrepreneurial things because we had that early education that enforced creativity as being our greatest asset. I mean, I learned how to run a think tank in 3rd grade.
But the thing that you can't even comprehend, it's not just a building.
Right.
Right? It's not a community center like you think of a community center. And you and I went to see this space. And from the minute we walked in, our jaws are on the floor. You've got a full kitchen. You've got chalkboard walls. You've got a think tank and a library. How many square feet?
So our current space is about 3,200, and we're adding 6,400. So we'll have about 10,000 square feet on the campus. So we'll have the ability to support students and families and educators coming in for our community programming from all different demographics. We're going to have a parent educator resource center that will be multilingual in Creole and Spanish and English, so that we can help less fortunate communities for whom stress is, not really part of the spoken language. And in Haiti, stress is just a way of life, right? So Creole doesn't even have a word for it. And yet the kids who are coming from other cultures that are coming into the American system are experiencing stress, but their families need to understand how to meet them where they are and work with the system. So there's a lot that we're going to be able to do with the campus, and we're excited to launch the grand opening party on January 25th. Yeah.
Can anybody come to the party?
Absolutely. We have Uproot Hootenanny is playing, which is a huge, awesome jam band in the area. They've got a great following. We're super excited for them to come out. We've got Silver Ball pinball machines are going to be, it's called Pub at the Hub, so we're turning the whole new space into a pub. We've got Crazy Uncle Mike's is doing our own signature A+ ale for the evening, and they'll have a brewmaster on site. We're stoked. It's going to be a really fun night.
You want to go?
Well, friends, I would love to go.
Saturday, January 25th. I'm actually going to bring my daughter.
I would love to go.
Yeah, we've
absolutely.
also got trivia. So it's going to be sitcom psychology trivia.
Oh my
Oh, I
So
love
you
that.
can build a trivia team, and all the funds that we raise from that night are going to go to support the community center and the community programs.
You want to go?
I might be able to go. That sounds like fun. Can I ask though, what
Sure.
age range is it?
So right now we're 1st through 12th grade, and then we have a
you
post-high
are?
school program
Oh,
for
wow.
gap year. Our kids are now begging us to start a college.
Oh.
We are actually entertaining right now the possibility of taking our first kindergartner. So we're not sure. Like, you know, that
that looks
kindergarten
like,
is
yeah.
really like officially where we want to go yet, but everything we do is adjusted to the students, so we're able to meet the kids where they are.
How cool is
Yeah.
that?
For the
That
teachers
sounds
also, you
amazing.
talk about teacher burnout.
Yeah.
Your teachers, your staff, your coaches. They said, we saw them like in this whole think tank, just having this conversation of sharing ideas.
Yeah, we work together. We collaborate on all of the curriculum. So literally our math coach and our history coach and our chef and our art coach, our science coach, where everybody's collaborating so we can cover for each other because we know each other's material. Obviously, everybody has a different specialty, but when we're creating the theme for each year and the projects within, we work together so that we can integrate every discipline into what we're
And you
doing.
let children go at their own speed, and you let them.
Yeah,
the
because
ones
everybody
that,
learns
Well,
differently.
this
Right.
this
Yeah.
guy's brother Gio used to get bored in school, and it was a big problem because he
Right.
wouldn't stop talking.
Did
So
he
we
get bored?
started.
Did you get bored in school too?
No, Freddie was a little bit more. Freddie had that one fight. Remember that one fight you had?
One.
You
I
remember that
once had
fight?
one.
But the object of the game is you go into this tank, and what I loved about it is the energy that's coming out of here is that everybody's at a different level.
Yep.
Everybody's allowed to be themselves.
That's the coolest
When I
part.
was growing up, I wasn't allowed to do that. You know, they moved me around. I never took the 8th grade.
Right.
They didn't know what to do with me. You know, so I started to create my own stuff with teachers. It came too easy to me. Then I got stupid afterwards. But before, it came too easy. So you can give them challenges that are here, here, and here, and
Yeah.
they can fit in, and they won't be looked at as strange.
Right, and we integrate not just the academic challenges, but social, emotional, and life
right.
skills. So we can see like what does the trick, like which activity that they do moves the dial with their confidence or their zest for learning or their independence. We're tracking all of that together with the academics.
And
which
then, you
is
know, when they
cool.
go to college, they're going to appreciate that.
They
Because
do. In fact, our 4th student came back today, and I hired her.
Wow.
So she'll be starting on our staff for 2nd semester. So then we've had one student who graduated and did her master's thesis on us this year, came back and spent a week with us. And wrote up the program for her master's program. So
I can see that.
it's coming full circle, which is really, really
I
cool.
can see that.
That's amazing.
I
How
went-
long have you been there?
This is our 10th year.
Is it
So
really?
the Pub at the Hub party on January 25th is celebrating our 10th year of the schoolhouse. It's the 15th year of the company. The schoolhouse was started after 5 years as a coaching company, which is how Dawn and I actually originally know each other
Okay.
from those days. And then the schoolhouse was just born out of the needs from seeing all these amazing kids that I was coaching after school who just didn't want to go to school.
Right.
And
Lot
I
of experience in
figured
that
out how
part.
to
And a
make
lot
it
of
more
it's
fun.
the social,
Yeah.
emotional side of it. It's not that these kids can't handle the academics. It's the peer
No.
pressure. It's
Oh,
the bullying.
yeah, I hated
it's
school.
the social media
Oh.
pressure.
It's the stress. Now it's just, you know, we had a student come for a tour recently who had 3 fire drills in one day in middle school.
Ugh.
Middle school's hard enough, and now a fire
Right.
drill could mean your life or not, you know, like,
Yeah.
so there's so much stress that's even different from where we were when I started.
Sure.
When I started, it was tests and bullying, and now it's at another level of with things that are way out of the system's control even. So through Space of Mind, and then the work that Community Classroom Project is doing to take that, we're already working in a few public schools with students who are getting lost in the system in public schools, and that's the goal of the community classroom project, is to take that and make a difference.
It's a winning recipe, and a lot of people are going to want to copy this. It's because I would love to see what's going to happen in the future, because it's going to grow to such a degree. You're going to have to make some decisions, because everybody loves a winning program, and I think that you've hit it right on the head. And the present situation, in my estimation, and don't write to me, write to her, doesn't work. The school system right now has
to
problems.
thrive, right? And not every student is the same. So if you can tailor to that particular student, that's amazing. That's such a blessing for those children.
Well, yeah, and I think what you said is the most important. It's a place to come and be yourself. In a traditional school, you're just trying to be like everybody else.
Right. You want to fit in.
Our kids learn how to do that early.
I wanted to go back to school.
He does. He wants to go back.
I wanted to go back. I wanted to sit there, because when I was
we have
growing
adult
up,
programs. So
you know something?
Yep.
That's an important aspect. I didn't even know you did that.
So within the community
kidding
center
me?
at the hub, our adult programs will take on a whole new life. But yes, we have all kinds of great stuff. We'll have parent camp this summer.
We need to talk.
So yeah,
there's talk about.
There's so many outreach
kinds
on
of
this
fun
stuff.
stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I love so much more? Is that your curling iron?
Are you curling your hair?
And everybody is here at the cafe. Can you imagine if we ever took a smaller
where are you
space?
going?
I know. You needed a big space.
Carmen, Karen, Health Institute.
She's right down the street.
All right.
That way down the street?
Yes, that way.
That way.
Okay, so that we're going, I called him ahead.
Did you call her? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
all done.
All right.
So he wants.
Have a wonderful weekend.
She salutes. She always salutes. All right. We'll see you when you get back.
And what I also love so much about Allie's program is Allie created this. I mean, from the beginning, from the inception, you talk about women empowerment. You talk about build it and they will come. This wasn't as if you just walked into a school and they made you, and I love principals and directors. You created this. This is your brainchild. You talk about hard work as a young woman and what you put into this and the passion and the growth, that it shows you that you can do this with hard work and create something of your dreams. And I love that story, so much of it as well.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad that you're here, because every time I'd run into you at a festival, I said, this is what I'm doing, come join me. This is what and she finally joined us. And what a growth that you have. So that's remarkable. How do people find you in the school?
So you can find us on myspaceofmind.com, and yourccp.org is for the Community Classroom Project. And you can just Google Space of Mind. We're on Facebook. Both Community Classroom Project and Space of Mind are all over the usual places. And like I said, January 25th, we've got this amazing celebration of our 10th anniversary for Space of Mind and the launch of the hub at Community Classroom Project.
And take a tour.
I'm so excited.
And come take a tour.
Come take a tour.
Have an event and do all kinds of stuff.
I guarantee if you take a tour and you've been looking for a change for your daughter or your son, I guarantee it, you're going to love this place.
Yeah.
Guarantee. You don't have a lot of room, because I think you're full right now.
Well, we are, with the new building opening in January, we are still accepting students. So
Well, you better hurry up, because the next time I see her, she's going to say, Freddie, we're full. Watch. It always happens.
It always happens.
we are full for right now, but for January, we still have spaces.
You got some time to get Rowan involved. So
First
grade.
through 12th, and then a post-high school.
He's not quite there yet. Coming up soon, though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
How about now? He's right out in the car.
You told me, because I have a fifth grader who doesn't want to go to school.
Oh, well,
So,
see.
Well, let's introduce.
Come and check us out.
Yeah, take a tour. Absolutely. You won't regret it.
Tell us what you do, Joel.
So I am a public adjuster. Basically, what I do is I help people recover the funds from their insurance claim that the insurance did not willfully provide on the onset of the claim. So we've had situations where, I just visited this house this morning. The insured got a $300 check on a kitchen leak, and our estimate is in the north of $70,000.
Really?
You said 70,000?
70.
Yes.
And they
For
give you
$300. Now, is there a...
Yeah, I've been paying for 30 years for homeowners insurance.
Wow.
So
right?
you never used it.
Right.
Statute of limitations. Is there any?
There is one. You can reopen a claim as far as back as 3 years from the date of loss. So we are still picking up a couple of IRMA claims that we're reopening and readjusting because the insured was not happy. They weren't able to do repairs, and a lot of times I'm seeing that they're telling me, well, the insurance adjuster didn't go here, or the insurance adjuster didn't go here, or I told this to him and he didn't listen to me, Or he didn't go on the roof. He didn't go inside the house. We have one where the guy did not go inside the house at all.
He did it from the parking lot and across the street.
Gosh.
It's
Probably
interesting that you
didn't
can
show
reopen
up.
a claim because most insurance companies say this is it and this is your claim. If something else happens, this claim is closed, but you can reopen it.
Yes, as long as you haven't signed what's known as a release, and they can't, they don't normally do that when you don't have a representative. Then yeah, you could do that.
So if you've never put in a claim and you have a leak that's been going on for 2 years and now you're beginning to see it, do we use someone like you to make the first claim?
I would recommend it, especially if you had a leak that's been going on for a long time and you couldn't see it.
Correct.
Once you open up the walls, you're going to find a lot of evidence that the thing has been going on for a long time.
So you see the mold.
Some policies will cover it, some policies will not. It really depends on the insurance company. Again, they get to write the policy. You get to just accept what they give you. So in the case of Citizens, Citizens policy may not cover that, but some other insurance company may. So it really depends.
So you read the policies?
Yes.
Do you do it for free?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes,
there
and
you
that's
have
one of the
it.
services we offer people. If you don't know what your policy covers, you can always email it to me. I'll look at it and I'll give you, I'll break it down layman's term. You're covered for this, you're not covered for that. Or if you have a limit, what the limit is. Because there's a lot of that is happening nowadays where you have a leak under the slab of your house. And you got to break the slab, you got to break the tile. That's an expensive repair.
That happened to me.
The stress of that makes me sick.
That happened to me.
But here's the thing, though. Now the policies are coming with $10,000 limits on water damage. So imagine
How can
having
they do
your
that? 'Cause you don't
because
know.
they get to write the policy.
Yeah.
So imagine your claim with a $10,000 limit. Would you have been able to do your tile again?
Let me tell you something.
Serious.
My water bill was in the hundreds, $600-700, and that's and Linda
Yeah.
said we gotta have a leak.
Yeah, that doesn't even
So
make sense.
Linda knew a plumber who found the leak,
Yeah.
and I knew a guy because I know a guy who came in
You got a guy.
and he fixed it
How do you find the leak?
because this guy's good and he listened.
Well, there's ways. Yeah.
He listened for the sound of the water gushing out, and the ground was really always moist there. And I said, "No, Linda," and they found it.
Yeah, there's three ways.
Do you
look
know
at the
the-
meter, you look at hear sound, or you use an infrared device to see through the walls.
My water bill's ridiculous.
But this was outside in the slab.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they found the leak. It was outside. Do you know that when that thing was fixed, my bill went down to $50?
Oh my
Really?
word.
With pool and all, $50.
Wow.
Do you know it was 2 years that leak was out there? But I didn't know a guy like this. I should have gone to the insurance company, but I was. You ever have a car accident and you don't report it because you don't want your insurance rate to go up?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell do you have insurance for?
Right.
To run? Oh, don't get mad at me, but I got a claim.
Right.
I ran into a
know.
tree. Well, you're gonna have to raise your insurance now. Well, what kind of stupidity is that?
People. So will you
Well,
come
it's
out
always
and
going to
look
raise
at?
your insurance.
Yeah, that's
it's
just
always going to
gonna
go
happen.
up a little bit every year. A lot of times it's not driven by your claim history. It's
Yeah.
just driven by the exposure
Lawsuits.
of the that too. But the exposure. So if the company is not making enough to cover their exposure, they have to raise premiums.
Will you come out and look if someone's water? So if the water bill was high, would you have gone out to look, or do you need somebody else
Yeah,
to
we
come
go
out
out
and do
there
that?
and look, and we use an infrared to find the leak. And here's the thing about water damage: it has to cause damage inside the house for it to be covered. So you can have a leak outside, and I'm sorry, that wouldn't be covered. And I would tell you.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a damage, and the thing is, if you call the insurance company, now you have a claim on file with ISO, which ISO is the insurance services offices, and it's like the medical file where all your medical history is kept, but for property insurance. That's not a good idea. You put too many claims in.
It's like
and some
having your
companies
credit
won't
check.
write you.
Don't do it too often, right?
I used to work for one of them where you had more than 2 water claims within 5 years. They will not give you a policy.
You
Or
see,
they'll give
this
one
is
that
the
didn't cover
problem.
water.
That fear, you don't do
But
that.
you can call me. I'll go look.
I got a
and
headache.
I'll
So
tell
making
you,
me
yeah, this
tired.
is worth filing, or no, this is not worth filing.
How do people find you?
You go to our website, estimar.us. It's really easy.
SD.
ESTIMAR
Yes.
.us. Ask for Joel, or
Yeah.
your number is
833-ESTIMAR.
833 ESTIMAR.
What's the numbers? Because I do that with that
I
can't
know.
do. What's the
You
number?
remember it, but then it's like, okay.
Estima, you gotta put the number. You gotta put the number underneath.
You can
because
also call 786-273-7367.
That'll
That's
work.
my cell
All
phone.
right, let's
That'll
go to
work.
commercial break. When we come back, Dr. Lee's joining us with Bob. We're going to talk about, so interesting. I can't tell you ahead of time because you're going to say, I'm out.
They're gonna
Stay
stick
tuned.
pins in
You're
them.
going to find out. We're going to do a.
Pins where? No.
She's gonna give a little demonstration wherever you want, Dawn. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I can't. I don't have my.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
As we age, our stem cells decline in their ability to heal our bodies. Imagine a patch that could activate your stem cells and reset them to a younger, healthier state. No supplements, nutrients, or drugs enter your body. Activate your stem cells with this patented phototherapy. Benefits include the support of wound healing, rapid pain relief, increased energy, better sleep, reduced stress, sharper mental focus, and an overall feeling of youthful vitality. When you're at your best, you experience the world differently. Contact us at 561-929-1627. For a free consultation to help you feel your best, activate your own stem cells with this affordable patented phototherapy. Call today, 561-929-1627.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV After Hours. We're airing Saturday night from 8 to 10 p.m. on WWNN. I'm so excited about that. You know,
I am so excited.
you leave me speechless because we go to break and you jump up and you talk to people and you find more people and
We're doing sound
and then
bites.
you're never here.
You know what a sound bite is, right?
Yes.
I have the book in this saying, I love listening to the Brooklyn Cafe. We're going to start playing sound bites on the air.
Fantastic.
So we had to set that up. I love that. I love it. And the teach with the school,
Allie Kaufman.
yes, she's out there, and my son is talking about doing teaching a financial planning deal to parents. I want to get in all on that as well. There's a lot of stuff happening out there.
I'm so excited about that whole program and the Space and Mind event on January 25th. I'm really excited to take my daughter.
I got a question for you before I forget, because you know I have that thing in the brain. Since this is after hours, can we do these shows on Friday in pajamas?
If you're in pajamas on Saturday at 8 o'clock, sure.
No one wants to come.
Why? You wouldn't wear a pajama? You would wear pajamas. Doc, you wear
Yeah,
pajamas,
but you know
won't
where
you?
I'm
wearing my pajamas
you know
right
where
now.
my mind is going right now?
Pajamas.
Do you remember?
That's a very nice pajama.
3 years ago, we talked about a clothing line.
Yeah.
It's gonna
No,
be-
not that kind of pajamas. Not that kind of pajamas.
You have to specify.
I'm talking about the Popeye pajamas, you know,
I'm
with the
thinking my new
buttons and the
clothing line is
shirts.
called From Dawn to Dusk. And you know
This is
what
where we
Dawn
never
would
get
wear at
nowhere.
dusk? Dusk would not be Popeye pajamas.
We're not talking. We're talking about Popeye pajamas with the little hand stuff, not the lingerie.
You do yours, and Genji and I'll do ours.
No. I want to do regular pajamas, like
On the next Friday the 13th, you do a Dawn to Dusk show and you all come dressed as vampires.
Nah, it's not my thing either.
Not your thing?
I'm the queen of wands, remember?
Thank you. That was a bad movie. Don't bring that up. No, it's a horrible movie.
Look at
It
me.
is a horrible.
Exactly, it's a good bad movie.
It is a horrible movie. Have you seen From Dusk to Dawn? You ever seen that movie? Don't watch it. It's horrible. It's a
Don't worry.
vampire movie, and there's all sorts of stuff.
It's two movies slapped together.
There's actually a vampire, Dusk to Dawn 1 and 2, right?
Okay, we're going to digress on that. We're going to talk to Dr. Lee.
You
We're-
brought it up.
We're going to change the subject on this. We've got Dr.
Yes
Lee
or no
here
in the
with us.
pajamas?
It depends on what I can. It depends on the
that's a no.
pajama type.
That's
We
a
have
no.
to be a little more specific.
No, that's a no.
Because Dr. Lee, I told Freddie yesterday, when I see you, I get clarity of mind. And he says, and what does that mean? She quiets my brain enough that I can actually think. Instead of 25 things at the same time, like I told Santos. Because I've got 25 things. When I go to Dr. Lee, she says, we need to turn your brain off. And she does. And then when I wake up, because I always take a nap, I've got a little more clarity, and then I get to sleep.
So she can focus more and focus on one project because we turn off all the other thinking circuit and just turn on the relaxing circuit.
Doc,
So-
I've known her 4 years. She's on 50 circuits. You think, she'll make you think that you turned off those circuits. This is a constant thinker machine.
But Dr. Lee, she's now here in Boca. She's here full time at the Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic right near the hospital. And we're going to talk about eye disease, but there's so much more to eye disease and inflammation. I
Yeah.
can't even tell you. Wait till she tells you what's going on.
So the eye problem become more and more popular now, especially for the younger generation.
Dry eye.
The dry eye, glaucoma. The youngest one I heard who has glaucoma is 5 years old, and there is genetic component there. But I think all the bad habit, like staring at iPad for over 5 hours, 8 hours, would turn on the bad genes. You could have bad genes, but you don't have to turn it on. If you have a good habit, good diet, then you're not going to turn on this until very late age. So Dr. Perlmutter, David Perlmutter, who is living in Naples, and he actually is a neurologist, and he said a bad diet and bad habit will turn on the bad genes. So we want to delay this. And talking about acupuncture and dry eyes, glaucoma, macular degeneration, retinitis pigmentosa, it's all related with the circulation. So if you have bad circulation and you have high stress, your eye muscle all get tight and your circulation cut off, then your vision will decline much faster. Usually like 60, 70 years old, when the hormones really drop, then your vision change. But now it started 30 years old, 40 years old. So we really need to protect our eyes. So I want to cite 3 research recently. One is in BMC Complementary Alternative Medicine 2018, and this guy Kim cited 10 review actually more than 10 research about how electric acupuncture help the dry eyes. So when your eye get very dry by staring at something or by drinking too much coffee or too much alcohol, then you actually dehydrate yourself.
Yes.
And the vision to become blurry. Or if you use glaucoma eye drop, you lower the pressure, but also you make your eye so dry and then it's hard to see. Not only that, when your eye is too dry, then you can develop infection. And you see those people using 2-3 drops and their eyes turns red and then there's a pus come out and then there's an infection and they will be on antibiotics.
When I had the glaucoma surgery, because I had narrow angle glaucoma, they gave me the drops. They dried them out so much that I then had an abrasion to my cornea because they dried them out. I mean, you remember how much pain I was in. Then I had to go back and get a different drop. And luckily it was a different glaucoma, but this is exactly what happened.
Yeah, so that's why we want to use lower dosage, less frequent eye drop if your eye pressure is really high. And also, if you already have deteriorating of your vision, and if it's so fast, then you need to use not only acupuncture, but electroacupuncture, which really help the cells regenerate in the retina. And this current eye research, they did a study on how this electric acupuncture can quickly bring the blood flow there and helping the dry eyes, helping improve your vision. And there's another research in the International Ophthalmology Clinic 2018, and they are saying that women are more prone to get dry eyes just because our hormone drops 60 to 70% around the menopause age. And men, they only drop if they're healthy, not alcoholics. Alcoholics can have dramatic, sharp changes in the hormone, and that's why they behave like a woman. But
I don't know whether you insulted men or women on that comment.
Men behaving like women, and you explained it. Thank you,
yeah,
doctor.
I can explain that because you look at alcoholics, they have big belly, and they have like spider veins because their estrogen are too high, and that's why they are like a mood swing, and they're crying, and they're not happy. They're like a woman. Women are more
women aren't
emotional.
happy.
Women are emotional, sensitive. Yeah, we are very sensitive, right?
Women aren't happy. That's what happens to us. We turn like them. Now, let me ask you. So you're going to increase the circulation around the eyes, yes?
Yes.
Because circulation, I learned something today. Circulation
is the key. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go there. Let's go to circulation. Also, let's go to how the body has to become more alkaline.
So there's one thing I told my patients starting doing that, using the lemon water. So not the lemon juice. So you squeeze 1/4 lemon in your 4 or 5 ounces water, and then you drink that in the afternoon or late evening, not in the morning. In the morning, it suppresses your appetite, and then you don't want to eat. But breakfast is the most important thing because you eat breakfast, you increase your metabolism, so you will not gain weight. But in the evening, when you go home, that's the time most people love to eat until they go to sleep, and that's me. So I have to do that and the lemon not only relax your smooth muscle, so you won't get a cramp, and also it provides vitamins to let your nerves regenerate.
Yes.
So if you have neuropathy or Raynaud's, all the inflammation in the blood vessel and nerves, it helps your nerve and blood vessel regenerate.
What about diabetic retinopathy?
Yeah, that's really good for the neuropathy. And so I recommend Bob and all the other patients started doing the lemon water. But if you currently have severe acid reflux, you want to be careful. You want to move that not in the morning. In the morning, people tend to have acid reflux. So if you drink that, your stomach get upset, you don't want to eat, the whole day is ruined.
Now, have you ever heard of using 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and drinking that in a room temperature water, not cold, room temperature?
I heard that.
It will make the body more alkaline. And when body's alkaline, it heals.
It has less inflammation.
It
But
heals.
for lemon, not only it change your pH from acidic to alkaline condition, even though lemon itself is acidic, once it goes into the body, it changes the pH towards to alkaline condition. So that's anti-inflammatory. Baking soda is good. It helps digestion, but it does not provide vitamins. You need vitamin C, B, and to help the nerves.
Okay, so when you take all of these vitamins as a supplement,
It's
is
not
it,
as
is it
effective.
okay, there you
Yeah,
go. That's
so
what I wanted to hear.
And
The
you're
whole
gonna
food.
put some needles on Bob?
Yep. So
Now, where are you going to put them and what are we doing?
So the needle I point there is not like you're gonna do it, but I just want to show you the point that you can press when your eye pressure goes up or when you have dry eyes. So one of the point it's very important for all the eye problem is.
See, after this treatment, I won't even need these glasses.
Let's get a handheld.
Let me get a handheld mic, please. And for you people in Radio Land, if you go to the Brooklyn Cafe Facebook page, you'll be able to watch this. Otherwise, you'll be able to hear it on the radio.
So
Bob, if you can just hold that
Just
for
hold
Lee.
that up for her.
For Lee.
For Lee,
Yeah,
Nat,
so
you
she can
have a
hold.
mic.
Okay, so we're gonna do one point. It's very simple. Is this is the pupil and just one finger breadth above the pupil and just above the pupil, and then you're gonna press this spot. It's gallbladder points, and this point, if you see the red needles, and if you press that, it helps to relax the muscle around, and also it brings more tears. So that's one point. And the other point is very important is just below the pupil, right on the orbital bone, and that point not only for the vision but also the eye bag. So you see me have eye bags,
I
right?
was going to ask you, what point is that I need for my eye bags?
Yeah, so it's right below the pupil and right on the orbital bone, and it's right here.
And why is that back there, Doc?
Because the skin tends to droop after menopause, and because there are not so many.
He had menopause already, now he's droopy? Is he a droopy menopause man?
I slept through the whole thing.
Is that what happened?
I wish I did, because I got to tell you, this
Yeah.
is not a party at 52.
So
You
the
don't have
eye
any.
bag.
Menopause, I mean. I
Yeah, but you
slept
don't have any
through-
bags
I
yet.
haven't slept through it whatsoever, which
They're
is
co-
why I'm going
they're
to see Dr.
coming.
Lee again tomorrow morning.
I think she exercised a lot, so she has stronger muscle. So
Yeah, but as you get older in age and you exercise a little bit less, will you begin to droop?
you see, that's why we need the muscle tone. We need exercise more. Actually, younger people like them, they don't have to exercise too much because they have hormones.
You got bags.
They have testosterone, they have estrogen, but for us, we have to try hard, make effort to
Gotcha.
everything. So that's this one. So it's right below the pupil and right on the orbital bone. If you press this here, there's a bone there. You
Of
feel
course
the
there
bone,
is.
And then you press that. I'm just gonna point this point.
It's much
And-
better when she does it to you and you don't watch it, I
Yeah.
have to tell
See?
you.
And I started to look like a pincushion.
Yeah.
Don't laugh because it looks like it's going to go
But
in
it
your eye.
doesn't hurt, right,
I
Bob?
don't feel it at all.
Yeah. So.
In fact, I use a blood thinner, and the needle is so fine that I never have any blood after a treatment.
It's remarkable, and she helps with hormone balancing for women, for anybody. The hormone balancing, because you talked about when you drop in hormones and you're going through menopause, you
Yeah.
need the stimulation
Yeah.
to keep different hormones up, the testosterone and estrogen up, to stop some of the inflammation.
But is this increasing the inflammation around the eye socket? Is that what you're doing?
No, it's reduced
I
the
mean,
inflammation.
the circulation?
Yeah, increase the circulation. And not only that, it relaxes the muscle around the area. The other one I want you show you is, see the outer corner of the eye?
Yeah.
And right here, there's an indentation. If you use thumb, line up with the outer corner of the eyes, and then you have this indentation. Did you feel that indentation? Yeah, you press this.
Yeah.
You press this. This is it's called the sun. That's how important this point is. So this point, you press every day before you go to sleep. You kind of relax all the muscles, bring the blood flow here.
Or you could do
and-
that with your hand?
Yeah.
Relax?
You use
Okay.
hand. Yeah. So all of this point, you can use your hand. And one more point is right here at the end of the medial side of the eyebrow. If you press that,
Yeah.
the end, yes, you feel pain. You
Yeah.
feel soreness.
You do.
It's not only relax the muscle, but you actually relax the whole back muscle. So if you have the back pain, you can press here. And I also treated a patient with very, very bad hiccup because the tumor growing on the diaphragm. So they couldn't stop the hiccup in the ER in China. And I needled here, the end of the eyebrow, and she actually stopped hiccup temporarily.
Really?
Yeah.
How now? Did you have to continue to? We only got 6 minutes. How long do you continue to do this? This has to be done every week, every 2 weeks.
I
every
would try every day. So I already
Every day,
showed
okay.
you 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spot, and 4. This 4th spot you kind of alternate.
Okay.
So when you lie down before you go to sleep, you have 5 minutes, and then you deep breathing. You press here, and then you use another finger press here, because using one finger you get tired, and then and you need to do that. Dawn
needs to do that.
You get tired fingers. So Doc, you do this every day. If you have dry eyes now, this will help.
Yes.
And what other symptoms would it help?
Because you relax the muscle,
Right.
and the next day your vision is much sharper.
Really? Just
So-
doing this?
Yeah.
Wow.
We do that in China in the elementary school when I was one of the kids. I don't know if they still do that, but when I was a kid, every morning in the middle of the morning we do this because we try to prevent the nearsighted, but it's also helping the circulation.
So dry eyes. What else? What else?
Macular degeneration, glaucoma. But for the dry eyes, if the eye very, very dry, so try to avoid the end of this one, because this one kind of anesthetize the nerves. There is nerves around the eyes. So just avoid this one. But 1, 2, 3.
So so you want to avoid the one that's at the eyebrow, right between the bridge of your
this
nose. That one,
that's
not
just
so much.
yeah. Some study shows that it's less effective, but for me, I don't think it's. I mean, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. all of
Everyone's
this.
sitting here, if you're listening to us,
Is pushing on their eyes.
everyone's pushing on their eyes. Look, we got Fernando's got both going.
Yeah.
Joel's got one going.
Fernando, it moved your eyeball up. You have one eye up, one eye down.
You sometimes.
Well, I was doing one because at night after I work a long time on the computer, because I write a lot of estimates, so I have 3 screens in front of me. This eye feels like it wants to explode.
Yes,
And
it's the
usually
pressure.
You mentioned pushing here, and that's exactly what I end up doing. But I was using both fingers, and when I did that, it would kind of make it go away a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, and then I would just wrap eyes all around my head.
And then you can add this part, but this part is very, very powerful when you have the pressure sensation at the end of the eyebrow.
Okay.
And also this one, because there's not much muscle here or fat, it's easier to press.
Okay.
Now, Doc, it's important that he gets this information, because if he continues not to do anything about it, what could happen to him?
The pressure will go up, and then you can lose your vision.
Yeah, no, that's not a good thing.
No, because the pressure, increased pressure, damage the optic nerves.
Okay.
And then also, you have less blood flow to your macula. And then the macular degeneration will kick in when you turn like 40 or 50.
I'm 43, and 3 years ago, I didn't use glasses, and I had 20/20, because I got tested at 40. And now I'm wearing +1s because I can't read my own business card without glasses.
So, yeah, declining is faster.
Yeah.
How do people reach you, Dr. Lee?
It's bocaacupuncture.org, and you can type in the keyword and search or send email, and I will answer the question.
bocaacupuncture.org.
bocaacupuncture.org, or visit and make an appointment at, what's the phone number?
It's 617-817-1910.
I can tell you, Dr. Lee is unbelievable, from hormone balancing to eyes to getting some sleep to restfulness, arm pain, acute pain, chronic pain, inflammation, diabetes. She treats everything, and it's a whole body approach.
That's right. And when you have pressure of the eye, you only have 2 sets of eyes. When they go, you have a whole lot of other problems. If you have issues, give her a call, and she'll tell you, why don't you come in and take a look, and see what happens, and you may find a solution to your problem. Don't wait until it gets out of hand.
Fernando has something to say.
Yes, doctor. Are these procedures covered by an insurance company?
I think it depends. I think Blue Cross Blue Shield, part of it might cover. You have to talk to the insurance. And United Health might cover the senior plan.
Just give them
They
a call.
cover $50.
Give your insurance company a call.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
partner.
Thank you so
Good
much.
stuff.
Thank you,
All right.
Dr. Lee. Thank you, Bob. Nice to meet you, Joel.
Yeah.
Hector, Fernando, great show. Wow, first hour was spectacular
I'm
as well.
exhausted. I need a nap.
Santos, Bonacci, amazing.
Good stuff.
Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you Monday back in studio, AMP2 TV studios in Boca Raton, 12 o'clock. And be kind to each other.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.